Hello and welcome back to my anime review series. Today I'm talking about a video game adaptation of a classic and legendary martial arts anime. Now a lot of you may think I'm talking about this guy, or maybe this guy. No, I'm talking about... Yes, I'm talking about Saint Seiya, specifically Saint Seiya Soldiers Soul, for the PC and PlayStation 4. Now first of all, could I be any more obscure? Yes, I could talk more about Super Robot Wars, or I could be talking about Macross, but today I want to talk about Saint Seiya. The series is it's a personal favorite of mine. I feel like it deserves a little more hype and love, and I want to spread the word about it. So I'm going to get into a little bit of Saint Seiya history. I first became aware of the show by its Fox Kids dub, Knights of the Zodiac. So of course Fox Kids, catering to the 8 to 11 year old mindset, couldn't use the original name. They couldn't depict the bloody fight scenes. They couldn't show a giant stomping an 8-year-old child bloody. No, so it was heavily animated, and unfortunately it had to be renamed because of the term saint. Now in this case though, the creator, in basing a lot of the series on Greek mythology, took the term saint from its classical Greek meaning, not the Catholic. And so saint is derived from sanctified, which means to be set aside for the purpose of God or the gods. Since the show is based on Greek mythology, saints and martial arts anime, I should say, saints are martial artists that train to serve and protect the goddess Athena. In their service, they are given magical power armor called cloths. They are attuned to the constellation of the saint's birth. Basically, if you were to think of Power Rangers, but with a much more straightforward and serious mindset, and based on Greek mythology, you'd be very close to the theme the show takes. So obviously, because of all these factors, the dub flopped, and Saint Seiya unfortunately became very obscure in the West. A friend of mine at the time saw what they did to the show and got me into the original Japanese work, the anime and the manga. I've been a fan ever since. The manga and show came out around the same time as Dragon Ball, but just a little bit later. And there are many out there who consider Saint Seiya to be superior to Dragon Ball because of its much more severe and epic tone. So with that history lesson out of the way, let's get to the game Saint Seiya Soldiers Soul, a game that adapts the 4 primary arcs from Saint Seiya manga lore: Sanctuary, Asgard, Poseidon, and Hades. So with that little history lesson out of the way, let's get straight to the game and talk about it. First I want to get into the look of the game. So cutscenes, they use the exact same graphical engine that is used for the gameplay, the fighting engine. The graphics look sharp, colorful, high-res, but also distinctly last-gen. It's sacrificing modern looks for staying true to the look of the anime, and in that the game does a wonderful job in every aspect. On the audio side, sound, music, and voices also do a wonderful job of staying very faithful to the show. The intro uses an instrumental version of Pegasus Fantasy, which is an awesome intro theme. Cutscenes use instrumental music from the show, and the original Japanese voice cast return to voice their roles. Sound effects are also taken from the show.
聞いてくれ。沙織さんは教皇だけしか抜けない黄金の矢を受けたんだ。しかもあと8時間以内に抜かなければ手遅れになる。沙織さんはアテナは死ぬんだ。
Regarding the gameplay, this is a very bare bones and lightweight fighting game. If you're looking for the next big anime themed fighter, like King of Fighters or Guilty Gear? This ain't it, Chief. The game engine has functionary teleports, blocks, dodges, chases, and counters, but technique between all the characters is non-existent. It's again sacrifice for fealty and faithfulness to the characters and the anime. So you may have noticed a theme here, and that theme is fealty to the anime, and that is the decision maker as whether or not you should buy this game. Saint Seiya is a great series. It's legendary, it's a classic, but it also has a far more serious tone than today's mainstays like Naruto or Dragon Ball. There's very little to no humor. The focus is always on the drama and the uphill battle our heroes face. If you enjoy classic martial arts stories, tales of brotherhood, honor, loyalty, sacrifice, and enjoy classic martial arts anime for all its power-ups and turnarounds, you'll enjoy this game. You'll get the most enjoyment out of this if you are a fan or if you are curious about the series and just want a Crib Notes version of the lore before diving in properly. The gameplay, sadly, is not deep enough to satisfy the hardcore fighting game fans, but it does do the show a lot of justice. And as an aside, for anyone who is interested in diving deeper into the lore of Saint Seiya, I would recommend the 2012 film Legend of Sanctuary. It's a CGI film that adapts the first arc from the manga, of course the Sanctuary arc. The CGI engine is gorgeous, it holds up very nicely today, and the film, while it takes a fair amount of liberties, it's still very loyal to the look and feel of the anime. Personally, I think the film is a really good time whether you're a fan of Saint Seiya or not. It's a really great introduction to the lore, and I really think you should check it out. That is the first of my anime video game reviews, but I got a lot more coming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, go into the comments and let me know what you thought of this review, if you thought it was awesome, if you thought it was garbage, or whatever you think, and how I can improve this channel. I really appreciate everybody who comes by. Thank you so much.